Hello, hello. Today I'm going to talk about the real reason behind all your problems and all your good fortune. Actually, maybe you think that when something happens, uh, different things happen and different reasons for their happening. But it's actually not true. The truth is, there is only one reason, and that reason is always, always, always overlooked. And that's why today I wanted to talk about it. Even so, when you have a problem, let's say in business, you think, oh, I'm not making enough money, I don't have enough clients, and so forth. What do you try to do? Well, if you don't have enough clients, you need to go out there and do more and hustle more and invite more people and bring more clients. So you tend to go, and by you, I don't mean literally who is watching, I'm just talking about everybody. You want to go out there, and you tend to go out there because that's all we know. That's all we know, that we go out there in the physical world, take actions, and we do stuff, and stuff happens because everybody knows that if you sit on the couch, do nothing, nothing will happen. Clients will come to you. At least that's what business mentors teach us. Or if you have problem with your health, you go to a doctor, you go to a hospital, you go somewhere and try to fix the problem from outside again. So every time you go outside in the physical world trying to solve your problem. And also, when good fortune comes, maybe you've made a lot of money and you brought in a lot of clients, and your health is great and your relationship is great and so forth, then you don't even think about it, why it's happening, or maybe you're just taking actions, doing steps, taking steps, and still being out there. And if somebody asks you what the reason for your good fortune is, what would you say? Well, maybe you would say that, well, I went out there, I took actions, I did what I was supposed to do, and I brought in clients and I made money. Or I took care of my body, I exercised, I ate well, and that's why I am healthy. Well, maybe or maybe not, because there is an underlying reason for all of that, and that underlying reason will always win. And so that's why people, when they don't pay attention to that particular reason, they it's always, you never know what will happen. Will tomorrow bring you fortune or misfortune? What call are you going to receive tomorrow? What news will you receive tomorrow? What events will happen in your life? Will you have clients who will come out of nowhere, or will you have nobody as well from nowhere into nowhere? And you don't know, because even though you may be taking actions, you don't know what these actions will bring to you, and so forth. So I hope I made enough case for you to listen to actually what the real reason is. And the real reason is the consciousness. I paused for a moment to give this more weight, because that's the real reason. The reason is the state of your consciousness. And what exactly is consciousness? Well, consciousness is and it's my definition. I'm explaining what I came to understand on my own experience. And so, in my understanding, consciousness is a set of your beliefs. And I know by now people are already more open to understanding that beliefs create your reality, and a lot of people teach how to change the beliefs. So, consciousness is the set of beliefs. And what kind of beliefs? So, there are two types of consciousness. But first, about the beliefs. So a belief is a thought, it's a core thought, and associated with it, a feeling. So if I believe something about the world, I always feel something about the world in as a companionship, as a companion to this thought. So in other words, every belief is a mental construct, and mental construct consisting of two things: a thought, it's mental, and a feeling, which is emotional feeling. And so together, they we could say petrified, maybe like petrified forest, because they, if you believe in something, or if you think and feel something for quite a long time, sometimes many incarnations, then it becomes a belief, and it becomes a mental construct, and a lot of them are suppressed inside. So a lot of beliefs come to us from past lives, and we have no idea. People think that the baby is born clean slate. Well, clean slate is not really that clean, because the life stream and the soul and the body brought with them a baggage from past lives, all the beliefs that were not cleared in the past lives. And a long time, some time ago, I did a live on the topic, does time really heal? And I suggest you watch that live, because I go deeper in that topic. And so back to the consciousness. There are two types of consciousness. One is the material consciousness, which is materialistic thinking. And the second type of consciousness is spiritual consciousness. And these are two entirely different consciousness states, because this is not about what you believe really in the conscious mind. Like maybe you believe that you go to the job and you work, or you go to your business and you work. That's materialistic thinking. But then you read a book on a weekend about spiritual stuff, and you think, well, I have spiritual consciousness. No, you don't. Why? Because it's not how it works. Consciousness, the state of consciousness, is the set of beliefs that lie very, very deep inside, and you're not even aware of them. But however, the state, this is something profound, I want to say. And when I say profound, I usually don't give credit to myself, I give credit to the divine. And so I believe that, and it came to me from above, that the state of consciousness determines everything in your life. So state of consciousness creates, or rather the consciousness creates frequency, because every belief, every feeling, every thought vibrates on specific frequency. If it's an angry thought, it's an angry belief about life, it's a low vibration. It's something, if it's something very positive and it's accompanying by loving feeling, well, it's the high vibration. So it depends on how many different thoughts, and are they negative or positive, inside of you, very deeply in your emotional body, which not even you're not even aware of that, because it's so deeply hidden inside. And but it's actually very active, it creates your reality. So when you see everything that happens in your life, such as any problem, any drama, anything that is negative and you don't like it, and at the same time, the positive stuff as well. So when things happen, they are simply a reflection of what the state of consciousness you are in. And that's why it's so hard to change, because, well, generally, consciousness of people, of humans, is very hard to change. It takes thousands of years to change consciousness. As you know, how maybe history progresses, it takes several, maybe centuries, to even to change something that people believed before and now they don't, and vice versa. And so the state of consciousness is something really, really big, and it's real reason for all our fortunes and misfortunes. And I'm going to show you how it looks on a visual, because there are really two different states of consciousness. So one consciousness is, like I said, the material consciousness, the materialistic thinking, way of thinking. And this one is on the bottom, it's plum color here. It's actually darkness. It's the darkness, because material thinking is about looking down and focusing on the material, focusing on the money, focusing on everything physical, focusing on your body. Because when you go to the job or when you do business, you take care of your body, because you're making money to take care of your body. Then you go home, you need a house, it's for the body. You need to eat, it's for the body. all the stuff that is basically around your life is majority of it for the body. We're looking down, taking care of the body's needs. And so that's the lower state of vibration, and it's a lower consciousness. And majority of population on earth are actually in this lower state of consciousness. And the second type of consciousness is the spiritual consciousness. It's the consciousness of the light. It's love, it's light, it's everything positive. So that's the you in the state of consciousness when you look up, you don't look down, you serve divine, you don't serve the money, where the material consciousness is actually the opposite way. And between them, there is a so called official term, veil of unbelief, because those who have material consciousness do not believe in the spiritual consciousness. Those who know spiritual, who are in the spiritual consciousness state, they already went through the material consciousness, so they do know. So it's interesting because the higher the vibration, the more you know about lower vibration. But the lower vibration does not know or doesn't have any awareness of the high vibration. So that's how it actually works in life. And of course, the material consciousness is divided into two types of consciousness. One is the poverty consciousness. So it's a set of beliefs that create your poverty reality or lack and debt reality. And there is the second time inside the material consciousness, which is wealth consciousness, but it's still the material consciousness when you all about the wealth. You create wealth, everything you is money comes easily to you, but you're still in the material consciousness. And what exactly is going on? Something happened and it's not going any further. Okay, so and we have a clean slate, so I have to switch back and just talk about it. And so there are two. So I was talking about there are two states of consciousness, and here is the difference between them. So the material state of consciousness is the one where we very well familiar with, because it's the hustle one. It's the fear based because the human needs to survive. The physical body needs to survive, and that's why everybody is focusing down, looking down on earth, making money, feeding the body, surviving the body, making sure the body survives. And it's hard. It takes time. It's slow as molasses, they say, and because the vibration is very low. And the spiritual way of consciousness, or the spiritual consciousness, is everything is in the flow and everything is easy, because, well, we still work because we're still in the physical body, but everything goes much smoother and stars align, as I usually say, although there are no stars in this particular case. They just, everything is aligned because you're in that state that dictates easier way of life. And it's faith based. So material consciousness is fear based. The opposite of it is faith based consciousness and flow consciousness as well. And so these are two different things. And again, I will repeat that this is not an easy change from one state to another state. Why? Because there are two very, very different states of consciousness, and the consciousness is a set of beliefs, and there are so many beliefs you won't believe it. Because there are so many of them deeply inside. They're deeply hidden inside in the unconscious mind and very hard to get to. So we have to go gradually, step by step, going deeper and deeper down in order to even uncover them and look at them and release them. But the awareness is here. I'm teaching this. People talk about changing beliefs, and it's very, very important. And so, having said all that, I also would like to mention that I am teaching upcoming 3-day immersive virtual life event. It's called The Divine Wealth, the Inner Journey Home to Freedom and Power. And that's exactly about how you can change your consciousness from the material consciousness when you look down, focusing and don't see anything else around, into the spiritual consciousness where you literally live in the consciousness of light, because your thoughts and feelings are conducive to the light vibration. And with each gradual transformation, each gradual step from one consciousness to the other, life improves, things around you improve, your drama gets eliminated, your better events happen, better things happen, and you start feeling inside, because a lot of people don't even feel anything. They got used to that. They feel gloomy inside, so they don't even want to acknowledge it. But you start feeling harmonious and positive, and truly positive, meaning truly peaceful inside, more loving, more open to possibilities. And of course, when you feel like this, when you feel happy, when you feel relaxed, when you're not stressed and overwhelmed and hustling, well, you can create better, and you start creating, expressing perfection of the divine versus hustling and surviving, ensuring your survival. So there are two different ways of living life. I found my way myself in 1995, and since then I've been on this journey, and this is the journey within, because you cannot change anything from outside. You have to go within, and you have to get on that journey from the material consciousness into the spiritual consciousness. And I encourage you to really consider and come to my event, 3-day full immersive event. Go to irenabaker.com forward wealth, and it's right there. It's right in front of you if you're watching it. irenabaker.com /wealth. And I will see you on the other side in my classroom. Please remember, when you follow the divine, money will follow you. When you serve the divine, money will serve you. Bye for now.